What up? What up? What up? Mad Viking Toy Channel here. Aye! That's how you break up a cat fight. Anyways. Should I keep this or start over? Whatever. I'm going to keep it. Alright, guys. I got a news blog here for you. Lots of news. Some of this is old. Some of this is new. I'm going to drop in with some of this newer stuff. The Bullet Club All-In event, which I was so looking forward to, and I was so hoping it was somewhere around me. I figured it was going to be on the East Coast somewhere. I was willing to drive at least a day to go to this thing, but I am not driving across the country. It's going to be held in Chicago, Illinois, which is kind of, like I said, disappointing. I was really hoping it was going to be somewhere close. I wanted to go to that big time and have a front row ticket to that event. It's going to be big. I don't know if it's going to be on pay-per-view, so maybe I can just buy it on pay-per-view. But the Bullet Club event has finally been announced, the All-In event, Chicago, Illinois. I should have wrote down the date. I think they said it's in September. 205 Live after WrestleMania will be debuting Tag Team Cruiserweight titles, which hasn't been done since the dying days of WCW. I'm scratching my head at this because they really don't have a roster. I don't even know if they beat the women's roster in their ranks or in their depths. So why would you have a tag team championship titles to kick around? They're saying that now to do with the women's division, but they've already shut it down because they said they don't have the depth for it. So why would you do it with the cruiserweights? So after WrestleMania, they're going to launch the new Cruiserweight Tag Team division. Mania matches that are set in stone other than, Reigns and Brock. It's going to be The Miz versus Rollins versus Baylor in a three-man main event for the IC title. I don't know what to think of that, but it should be good, right? As we see with Monday night's Angle, Stephanie's got her match. Triple H has got her match, so they're happy. It's going to be Triple H and Steph versus Rousey and Angle. And I'm glad to see Angle wrestle. Hopefully this won't be some comedic type thing for him. Still don't know why they're not using him as a wrestler. I mean, he was wrestling all the way up until the date they signed him. They act like he's older than Ric Flair. I don't know. I want to see Angle wrestle. Coachman. Fresh back to the WWE after leaving ESPN. Well, now maybe we know why, because now he's being sued along with seven other men from ESPN for sexual harassment. This chick who's suing gave statements of things they would say and do, and to me a lot of it just sounded like guy talk, locker room talk. Maybe they thought this was the cool chick, and they talked in front of her, said things you wouldn't usually say in front of girls unless they were down. And now this chick's suing ESPN and has Coachman in the crosshairs. Because it did kind of make me wonder, why would Coachman leave ESPN, which probably paid him more money, to come back to the WWE? Maybe this was already on the radar with them and they let him go. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. There hasn't been a date on when any of this stuff was supposed to have started. But whatever. Okay. I'm sure if anything happens, I will give it to you as things proceed. Colt Cabana is now named Nick Aldis's next opponent for the NWA title. And you've seen me report a lot on the NWA title on here now is because it's actually very entertaining. Like I said, the dude from Pumpkins has made them really... I love their promos. I love what they're doing. He was doing it with TNA, and their ratings were going up, but Dixie screwed him over. I really like what he's doing with the NWA, and it would be cool if they got prevalent again. But Colt Cabana, if he beats Nick Aldis, will be a 3-time NWA champion, and these days that's like unheard of. Let me see. Nick Aldis also recently just fought James Ellsworth. And Ellsworth did okay. Ellsworth, nobody needs to feel bad for that guy. I've been following up on that dude. He is wrestling all over the world in some of the biggest events you may not have heard of, but he's been in the biggest stuff going on globally, worldwide. That dude is doing just fine. He even invented his own belt, the transgender title or something, and he's going to defend it against men and women. But I recently read that he was already defeated by Gilbert. I think he's throwing Gilbert a bone. Obviously, he's going to get that title back. If you don't know the story with Gilbert, Gilbert was his school's janitor, and that was when he was actually on TV wrestling, and that was Ellsworth's first wake up to the business. He's like, he went up to him one day while he was cleaning, and he's like, "Why are you cleaning? You're a big time wrestler." And he's like, "Kid, you don't know all about the business. It ain't always what it seems." And he became friends with Gilbert after that. So I'm sure that's what he's doing. He's throwing him a bone. But I think it's pretty funny. Eddie Edwards re-signs to Impact. And if you haven't seen the baseball bat shot that I reported in my last news vlog, you can see it on my Twitter account for Mad Viking. When I originally reported it, I think I said it might be a work, but when you see the video, you can tell it's not a work. Eddie Edwards got his skull cracked open by a baseball bat. It's pretty gruesome. And it's making national headlines, and it spiked. It was on this week's Impact, and it spiked Impact's ratings 3 times over. It was their highest rating in like 6 years. Rosemary also re-signed with Impact, which kind of disappoints me, but I think she's in her 30s, but so is Asuka. But man, would she not have been a great addition to the women's roster? She could have been the female Undertaker, but whatever. I think she's just being loyal. This is because Impact TNA was the biggest company that's ever done anything with her, so I think she's just being loyal right now. Jason Jordan could have a career-ending injury. His wife was originally trying to downplay the incident or the accident, saying he wasn't even hurt. But then, like 2 days later, he was undergoing surgery. He could be out for 12 to 18 months. No guarantee he's coming back. So his career might already be over. Tenille Dashwood debuted for Ring of Honor and instantly was interjected into the women's first ever title tournament. And if you're wondering who that is, of course, is Emma. And that was a mind-blowing moment, too. Go look for that up on YouTube. I can't wait to go see her next month. Front row seats again for Ring of Honor. Ziggler re-signed, too, which kind of has me disappointed. I just envisioned him just blowing up in New Japan and Ring of Honor in the Bullet Club. And he could have even taken over the Bullet Club, I think. As Mega, it's under the impression, after this next year's contract's over, that he's going to give the WWE a shot. So, you know, there was always kind of like a co-captain thing recently with Bullet Club. They had it that way with Adam Cole until they nixed him and literally clipped him out of the group. And it was like that way with Cody Rhodes, except now Cody Rhodes is trying to usurp Kenny Omega. But like I said, I would have loved to have seen Ziggler join. Ziggler got a sweetheart deal. He's allowed to do outside adventures without the WWE dipping into his pockets or telling him yes or no, just as long as it doesn't interfere with his current schedule. And it's supposed to be a big money contract. He's getting $1.5 million a year for the next 3 years. And it's not Brock Lesnar money, but it's Big Show money. It's Kane money. It's almost Undertaker money. So, you know, yeah, he got a good deal. So he got what he wanted. He wanted money. He was literally out the door. He was supposed to be done, and they literally threw him a last-second contract offer, and he took it. So whatever. I don't know who that is. I can't read my writing. But other former diva Caitlyn returned to the ring recently in her first match over 4 years. We all thought she was returning for the Women's Royal Rumble, which didn't happen. Oh, Celeste Bonin is Caitlyn's real name, and she's wrestling under that now. She had her first match with Rachel Ellering and won. So who knows? Maybe she'll still pop in the WWE, but who knows? You don't know the main reason why Ronda Rousey has been signed is she's supposed to be Stephanie McMahon's Stone Cold Steve Austin character. Meaning that's going to be the character that gets her to the mainstream, that gets her noticed and recognized. She was going to have a huge feud off and on with Ronda, or I think Ronda's signed for 6 years, 7 years. So it's going to be a thing, obviously, and they've already kicked it off. But I think it's just dumb. It's another storyline they're trying to duplicate. She is not her dad. She's not even liked. Vince has always been the lovable, hateable, good guy, bad guy. Stephanie has always just been hated. So I don't think this is going to get her over any. People are usually sick of her on TV or in an angle after a few weeks. And so if she thinks she's getting a 6-7 year run out of Ronda Rousey on TV, she's going to be very well hated. Goldberg is supposedly going to return at WrestleMania 34 to enter in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I haven't heard anything else about this other than when this was reported. It's going to pop the crowd. It's going to make the Battle Royal more interesting. I don't know why they wouldn't give this guy a match. He is supposed to be full-time training, too. This isn't like what it was when he was last signed at last minute, and they basically just told him to get his stamina up. He's been training full-time ever since he left the WWE. He has made that a point. So he will have longer, better matches. He can go. But they're going to just, if they really do that, they're going to put him in the Battle Royal. This is kind of old. I guess hell is frozen over, and they are handing out popsicles. Jeff Jarrett is going into the WWE Hall of Fame. The guy that many people in the WWE would not speak of in fear of Vince's wrath. JEFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. There's a lot of lore of to why they don't get along. One was because he was the IC champion on one of his jumps to WCW back in the day, and he supposedly extorted Vince for more money to drop the title to China in the Good Housekeeping match. Then it was supposedly reported, no, he just wanted all of his money that he was due before he left, pay-per-view wise and house show money, because he didn't want to be screwed over possibly when he left. And that's supposed to be the true story there. But it's myth, it's lore at this point. Nobody really knows. But Vince has obviously held a grudge on this guy forever. He even fired him live on air when they took over WCW back in 2001. So I'm sure the story goes deeper than we know. It's just they're running out of Hall of Fame inductees. And they're only focusing on Jeff Jarrett's early career in WWE, which was really cheesy and stupid. So they're obviously flaking over everything else he did in WCW and TNA. DDP is supposedly returning to Raw, too. Of course, I didn't write any of this down why he was supposed to be coming back. I don't know if he's coming to wrestle on a character. This is kind of old, too, but I have never seen it reported anywhere. But that's why I wrote it down. It would be nice to see him back. He's in great shape. I'm sure he can have a wrestling match. I mean, what's he going to do? I don't know. More stars, more NXT stars are coming to 205 Live. Of course, we already know Buddy Murphy. Like I said, some of this is old. I will say, though, Buddy Murphy got an injection of jacked before he went on 205. He was almost on every house show in Florida that I went to. He was in good shape. It was pointed out that he had all of a sudden gotten pretty beefy by almost everybody in the crowd about 2 months ago. And you've seen some of his matches that I've posted on my channel with him and Aleister Black. I mean, those were 5-star matches in my eyes. I think that was his farewell run, basically, with NXT. So he's one of the people getting called up. Buddy Murphy. Leo Rush is going to 205 Live, which isn't a shock. But I'm shocked they're already moving him up to TV. But he is an incredible wrestler. That's just another guy that I like to watch on house shows that'll be gone. Paige is back off the dating market, dating Kalan Biemi, the bassist for the metalcore group Attila. I've heard of them, not of him. But I don't think anybody really cares about Paige anymore. Sorry. Mark Andrews is supposed to debut on 205 Live. He was the second winner of Teenage Boot Camp Challenge, and he was signed away for the Cruiserweight tournament and never heard of again. But he's going to be moved at the 205 Live. Hulk Hogan. This blows my mind. Hulk Hogan was offered an honorary spot in the Bullet Club. He was offered to join New Japan. He didn't because he wanted almost $500,000. No, he wanted he wanted almost $500,000. I don't know how many years it was, how long it was for, any of that stuff. And I thought about it. I'm like, what a greedy SOB. His shirt sales of Bullet Club Hogan shirts alone probably could have gotten him $1 million. What's he thinking? And this was a while ago when I wrote this down, too. This has easily been over a month. I mean, they wanted him for that California New Japan show. So he got greedy and ruined it for himself. I just saw a thing with Brooke Hogan on YouTube the other day, and she's telling the world that her dad is 54 or 64 and acts like a 23-year-old, and he's in the gym every day, and he still thinks he's going to wrestle again one day. Well, if that was the truth, why wouldn't you take that deal? The WWE is not going to throw you in a ring, Hogan. But like I said, just his merchandise sales of Bullet Club crap would have garnered him $1 million. Bullet Club crap gave Cody Rhodes $1 million in 1 year. Hogan probably would have done way more. It's just he's a stupid businessman. Greedy. Ex-TNA star signs with the WWE. Mahabali Sin, that guy. He's just going to basically be another token Indian star. He is a big dude, but he's never impressed me. I'm sure he'll be thrown on SmackDown. He'll be in NXT first, but he'll be thrown on SmackDown, I'm sure, at some point. And probably make a stable or a tag team with... that other Indian guy. Wow. How can I forget his name? Not the Sin Brothers. WWE and Rich Swann agreed to part ways. If you remember my last report, I told you Rich Swann was possibly using the arrest of the domestic abuse incident with his wife, which was thrown out, to possibly get a release from the WWE, and it looks like he got it. So no more Rich Swann, guys. He probably will do better back on the indie scene anyway. He won the Cruiserweight title. He was pretty well known already in New Japan and Ring of Honor, so his stock has risen. Tyrus is back in Impact. He's wrestling this time anyway. He was wrestling this last week with EC3. Brian Cage. If you don't know who Brian Cage is, he is like a living, breathing He-Man action figure doll. He is from Lucha Underground. He is now on Impact Wrestling. This guy is going to be big. Brian Cage. That's all I'm going to say. Go and watch. I don't know what that means. Anyway, Austin Aries. He's been a busy boy since he left the WWE, and he made it very well known last week or 2 weeks ago on Impact. He is, of course, the Impact World Heavyweight Champion, but he came out wearing 3 other World Heavyweight titles from 3 other companies. The last time I seen a guy come out with that much gold would have been Ultimo Dragon, and the next best guess would have been Kurt Angle and then Lance Storm. So that's quite a huge accomplishment for Austin Aries. He's currently holding he's the World Series of Wrestling champ, and it's a big promotion. He is the IPW champion and the Defiance World Heavyweight champion. That's a big promotion in the UK. The Young Bucks go there. Ellsworth goes there. I know I shouldn't say that, but everybody goes there. That's a very big promotion. So Aries, kudos, man. See, I said he would blow up on the indies, but I'd rather he went to New Japan and Ring of Honor too. Mysterio, injured. Torn bicep. Possibly out 2 to 4 months. The New Japan show, and there's WrestleMania match. Done. Finito. Unless they get him on some John Cena secret juice that he always takes when he gets injured and he comes back in miraculous time, the match is gone. I've even read a tweet recently that Jericho said he's done with New Japan too. So I guess that contract with Hanito was never signed. And Jericho said he's done with New Japan Pro Wrestling, so that big supercard match in California. No more Rey Mysterio, no Hulk Hogan, no Chris Jericho. Kind of makes me wonder if Vince is sabotaging it. I don't know. The WWE is set to air a pay-per-view in a 100,000-seater arena in Australia. The only other time they've supposedly made that mark... Oh, no, they made that in the Dallas Superdome. The new one a couple of years ago. Didn't they have a WrestleMania there? I can't quite remember. But the only other show arena was WrestleMania 3, and those numbers are supposed to be rumored and boosted. They never really made 100,000 seats. It was more like 97,000. Well, either way, this is definitely a 100,000 seater plus more arena in Australia, and they're going to have a pay-per-view somewhere down the road here in the next year. Impact ratings spiked 67% with the Eddie Edward injury, the baseball bat thing I was just talking about. You can see on my last NXT video, a new faction had formed. They don't have a name yet. I don't watch TV. There's probably one on TV or the channel on the network, but I don't watch it. And it's, of course, of Chad Lale, which is a.k.a. Gunner from TNA, Blake and Coulter, and Lacey Evans. She wasn't on the show that must have been their very first night, because the next 2 nights later when they were in Cocoa Beach, Florida, Lacey Evans was thrown into the mix. So that's a new stable. I'm sure they're going to start going after the Undisputed Era and Sanity, which will be cool. Rhino's Twitter was recently hacked, and he's likely never to get it back. The guy even changed his name and started following YouTubers like Jake Paul and other idiots like that. Jeez, I really need to organize this stuff. Bullet Club also offered a spot to CM Punk for the and to join them at the All In show, and he responded. He said he couldn't make the one stop in a tour or something they were talking about, but he said his month was opened for the show, and then that's the last I know of it. He did respond. He didn't say yes or no, but it's CM Punk. We all know. Hogan responds to rumors of him running for Florida Senate. I know. He denies wanting to run, says too many politicians would be trying to slit his throat and shoot him and stab him in the back, and then he loves the beach too much. Plus, he wants to wrestle Flair one more time. See? Man, that was old. I wrote that down a while ago. Triple H has taken over 205 Live. Since the Enzo incident, Vince no longer has any control of it whatsoever. He's totally given it to Triple H. And, of course, they dropped the Enzo Nia Jax storyline, which I thought was going to actually be fun to watch. Goldust and come on. Goldust is gone from 205. I can't read my writing. Mattel Action Figures line, namely the WWE action figures, achieved a large milestone, being the #1 action figure line in America this last year. Well, if this is true, my Toys R Us sucks because they barely stock them. I already said that. Will Ospreay, great wrestler, rejected a WWE contract recently once again. I didn't even know. Well, he's got some sort of a deal with New Japan and Ring of Honor. So unless it was up, how did they even offer him a deal? Roman Reigns' story with the steroid scandal is not going away. The guy must really have it out for Wahlberg and Reigns and whoever else it was. He's got evidence. He's got buyers lists, and he says he's going to release it all. So, if this is all true, I think Roman Reigns' title win at Mania will probably go out the window. I already said that. Big Show. We all thought he was gone. We all thought he was retired. It's apparently not. He says he's going to be back at Mania for a potential match, which I could see because the Mania card already seems pretty weak, considering they have like 10 major stars out. So yeah, Big Show's probably going to get lucky, and he's going to get one more match. What's it going to be? Who knows? The Mysterio match at Mania was possibly supposed to be against Cena. Then it was supposed to possibly be against Cena and Undertaker in a 3-way. But like I said, Mysterio got hurt. Now that's all out the window. WrestleMania weekend. Impact is having a Impact versus Lucha Underground show at WrestleCon. That would be very interesting. Cinch wanted as a fugitive. Tammy Lynn Cinch, again, has been arrested. She was wanted as a fugitive of the law on 6 charges of contempt, disobedience, resistance, and no showing 2 separate court dates in 2 separate jurisdictions. She has been arrested. I don't know what her sentencing is. She probably hasn't reappeared in court. In 2017, she pled guilty to 7 charges: driving with no license or insurance, driving an unregistered car. In 2012, she had 3rd-degree burglary, 3 counts of violating 3 protective orders. Who the hell was she stalking? But I don't know. With all of her luck, that girl, I think she'll be put away now for a while. I'm pretty sure she had to do that really gross porn video because she had to pay off a lot of her past debts and lawyer fees and whatever. Like I said, she was hot back in the day. I kind of had a thing for her when I was a kid. There's all these rumors about her on websites. I think it was Piledriver or Tombstone.com, if it even still exists anymore. And it was all supposed to be wrestling rumors that either are 100% true or 100% false. And there were so many stories about her. And there's been so many stories that have been verified by wrestlers, things they've seen her do. And I could get into it right now, but I know some kids watch this stuff. But anyway, Tammy Lynn Cinch is arrested again. Oh, what state was that in? I don't remember. But she needs to get her shit together. I know she trained to be a nurse before she joined wrestling. Whatever world she's in, she needs to get her head out of it and just get a real job and get a real life. But that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. So you can leave comments if you have anything to say in the comments section. Hit like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. YouTube screwed me over the other day. I was 2 away from hitting 400, and I was all psyched and proud about it. I checked my my count again 3 hours later because I was at dinner when I looked, and I showed my mom. I was all proud. 3 hours later, 9 subscriptions were gone on my channel. 20 minutes. No, it was 6 because then I went back and looked again. I kept checking in shock. About 30 minutes later, 3 more were gone. And I just went into like, oh my god, what's going on mode, and it totally depressed me. I woke up the next day and I got 3 of them back somehow. I did get a new subscriber today. It should be 397, but it's still at 396. Tell me how that works. I was 396 yesterday, so I must have lost another subscriber. But anyway, that really bummed me out. And like I said, I hadn't made a video in a while. Tonight was my night off, so I made this. I might make another unboxing video tonight and upload it tomorrow. I think I might do it. I'm going to play some Star Wars Battlefield here for a little bit. And then when I get bored, I'll probably come back and make another video. But that's it for now, guys. I think I saw Christian's video today. It was his birthday. So, or it just passed. Happy birthday, Christian. Happy sweet 15. You're almost able to drive. But that's it for now, guys. Mad Viking out. I will catch you later. Peace.